Hello. I've had some ketones this morning, so hopefully my brain will function right? I'm just going to, because for some reason Facebook is doing its little thing and it's not letting me share out my videos for some reason from my phone. So I'm just going to go and share it real quick into two groups. That way I can get this everywhere so I don't have to upload it afterwards. Thank you for being patient. There we go. I have to wait to do this. So if you're coming in, I see some people joining. So if you're coming in, can you say hey? Make sure that I'm live if people are seeing this. Gotta love Facebook, right? It has like this own little world of itself and it does what it wants to do. If you haven't drank ketones, you need some ketones because they make your brain just run on a different level. I felt like maybe my live I should have drank my ketones first before I had went live earlier because my brain was just everywhere. So if you're coming in live, sorry, I got all my platforms going. So if you're coming in live, drop a 1 below. If you're catching the replay, drop replay below. So today I'm going to share with you, there's 25. So depending on how long it takes me to get through them, I may do half today and then do a part 2. So we'll see, because I don't like going live for too long. I like to keep the video short, sweet, to the point, and to give you some sort of knowledge. If you're on Facebook, can you please drop a comment, because for some reason it's not showing me anything going on over here, but it does show me that somebody's watching. So number 1 is going to be drink water. Water is really important before your meals. It's known that it will boost your metabolism by 24 to 30% over 1 to 1.5 hours. So if you want to speed up your metabolism, get that water going. A half a liter, 30 minutes before a meal will help you eat fewer calories and is linked to losing 44% more weight. That's a big percentage, 44%. That's almost half. That's crazy. So number 2 is going to be eat eggs for breakfast. If you're not an egg eater, I totally understand, but you need to make sure that you're getting a high quality source of protein in for your breakfast. Replacing grains with eggs can help you eat fewer calories over the next 36 hours, which will in turn help you lose more body fat. Number 3 is going to be drink black coffee. Not all coffee is equal. Hey Christy, if you can comment below. For some reason it's not like letting me see anything, so I don't know if it's just Facebook being crazy. Drink black coffee, but not all coffee is equal, made the same. So you need to make sure that you're getting a high quality coffee. 1, it has antioxidants. 2, it's known to boost your metabolism by 3 to 11%, but also it increases your fat burn by 10 to 29%. That's crazy. But the thing is that people have to make sure that they're not adding a bunch of sugar and creamer and all that on top of it, because then that makes it useless, or it like cancels out the benefits from it. Number 4 is going to be drink green tea. It also contains antioxidants called catechins, and these catechins work with caffeine to enhance your fat burn. Okay. Number 5, I am a huge advocate of intermittent fasting. If you're a binge eater, it helps you to kind of break those cycles. If you're a late night snacker, it also helps you as well. So basically you're cycling, eating certain periods, like I'm not going to eat from 7 p.m. until 12 p.m. the next day, or 7 to 11, or 8 to 12, whatever fits your schedule. But what it does is it helps reduce the loss of muscle mass that people tend to get when they're reducing their calories for a diet. But it does allow you to fast for certain periods of time, and that allows you to tap into your fat storage, so you're burning more fat. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but fiber is really important in your diet. Fiber is going to help you feel full. It's going to help you not snack as much, and it's going to help you stay regular. So, sorry, my thing fell. So if you are, for instance, a late night snacker. You may just be lacking like a certain vitamin or mineral or something like that. But number 7 is going to be to cut back on added sugar. Sugar is the worst ingredient that there is out. Sugar, high fructose corn syrup, they're linked to obesity, as well as type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But a big thing is you can't just look at your label here. You need to look at the other list below, because a lot of times they'll be like, oh, no sugar, but then there's another sugar in here and it's different names. Like there's so many names for sugar, like dextrose, allulose, sucralose, glyvia. There's so many different names for sugar. Like literally there's probably like 50 to 100 different names for sugar, and they're just lying to you because they're saying, oh, there's no sugar in it. But if you know sugar names, you can look on the list and be like, that's sugar. So it's like they're lying, and I swear I just don't know how they get away with it, but you know. Number 8 is going to be eat less refined carbs, which are white breads, pastas, things like that. They will spike your blood sugar, which is going to lead to more cravings and increased food intake for a few hours later. So what I mean by this is you eat sugar, you're going to crave more sugar. You eat carbs, you're going to crave more carbs. So if you can cut back on them until you can cut them out, you're going to see a significant difference in your weight. Number 9 is go on a low carb diet. Average of 50 to 80 grams a day. And your study shows that you're apt to lose 2 to 3 times more weight by just being on a low carb diet. Okay, number 10, I'm a huge advocate of this. Use a smaller plate. I use my kids' plates. I wish I had one in here, but it's literally just a tinier plate, and it's broken to like 3 sections. So I do my meat, and then I do my veggies, and then I'm full. And if you're not full off of that, that means that your stomach needs to be shrunk back down, because as women, we don't need that much. So if you go out to a fast food restaurant and you order a number 10, whatever number 10 is, that is enough for 2 people. An adult's portion size is a kid's meal. That's why you gain weight from eating out, because you're getting so much more food than what your body needs to be sufficient. So when you go out to dinner to a restaurant, take it and ask for a box before your plate gets there. Go ahead and box up half of it to take it home, and then you're going to cut out a lot of those excess carbs and calories. Next is going to be number 11 is portion control or calorie count. Keeping a food diary is so important, and why I coach my clients, I'm like, please send me pictures of your food. A lot of them don't. I hate it. It frustrates me, but if you send a picture, one, it's accountability. It increases your awareness. It's like it allows your coach to coach you sufficiently and be like, okay, this is where we need to make tweaks. I'll never forget, like one person I was coaching sent me a picture of their meal, and I was just like, wow, like how in the heck is one person consuming all this food and they're not understanding why they're not losing weight? It's insane. Like literally you are consuming enough for 3 to 4 people. Like if you're stretching your stomach consuming all of this food. So portion control is really key. So being aware. Number 12 is going to be keeping healthy foods around. Get rid of the crap so you can't even grab it if you wanted to, but keep whole fruits around, nuts, carrots, cucumbers, yogurt, boiled eggs, broccoli, different things like that. Also, number 13 is going to be taking a quality probiotic. Now, probiotics are my best friend. Everybody should be taking quality probiotic. Not all probiotics are created equally. Some probiotics are linked to weight gain. So understanding probiotics, or someone that knows probiotics, can help you and teach you about them, because they're known to reduce fat mass. it helps balance good and bad bacteria, because you need a little bit of good and you need a little bit of bad. But for instance, if you have too much bad bacteria in your gut, what's going to happen is it's not going to allow for full absorption of the supplements that you're taking, of the vitamins that you're taking, and then they're useless and you're wasting all this money. And it's like, oh crap. I know in our combo per se, we include in our system a probiotic and a prebiotic, because we want you to be healthy overall, not just lose weight. So number 14 is going to be eat spicy foods. Spicy foods, say like chili peppers, they include I don't know if this is how you say it right. It's caption. It boosts your metabolism and it reduces appetite slightly. Now, cycle these type of things because your body can get used to them. And so yeah, just try adding in a little bit of spicier stuff. As I got older, my taste buds are changing. I'm liking spicier foods now. It's weird. My husband was like, I didn't know you like spicy food. I'm like, yes, I do. All of a sudden. It's weird. Number 15 is going to be do aerobic exercises. They burn calories. They improve physical and mental health. Mental and physical health is so linked to exercise, it would blow your mind. And I can vouch for this because I know I battled with anxiety and depression, and it has helped me so much. But also it helps you lose belly fat, specifically visceral fat. There are different layers of fat: visceral fat, subconscious fat, all of that. So visceral fat is the fat that is surrounding your organs, that's putting pressure like on your heart, on your lungs, and things like that, which is a specific fat that you need to work on getting rid of, because that is what can really, really, really harm you. Number 16 is going to be lift weights. Starvation mode is what a lot of people go into. They think, oh, I eat less, I'm going to lose. It doesn't work like that. That's not a healthy way. Starvation mode causes less lean muscle mass. Well, lean muscle mass is what burns fat. Lean muscle mass is grown by resistance workouts, lifting weights, and this also boosts your metabolism, because the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. You ever notice why men seem to lose weight like that? It's because they have muscle mass. They have more muscle mass than women. And as you age, I know me specifically, I'm 34, and I found out that my testosterone level was low and my progesterone level were low. And so I have to take something for that. But testosterone, which when you hit the age of 40, it's cut in half. So if you're having trouble with your belly fat, it's most likely one of these areas that you're lacking in. So you want to make sure that also because I have hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, it made me think about it. So it affects your resting metabolic rate. Hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's does. So what happens is I lift weights to counteract that, because lifting weights, creating lean muscle mass, increases my resting metabolic rate. So I do have to work twice as hard, because I have to get back to where I should be, but then I have to work more to get more, per se. So number 17 is going to be eat more fruits and veggies. They have fewer calories, but they have more fiber, and they help you feel fuller longer, right? You want to feel fuller longer, so that way you're not snagging or wanting to eat more. Number 18 is going to be get good sleep. Poor quality sleep is linked to obesity, and that is in 89% increase in children and 55% increase in adults. Crazy, right? So you need to make sure that you're getting sufficient sleep, because that is a huge part of why you're probably not able to lose weight. And imagine if that's just one part, and then you're not having enough lean muscle mass, then that's another part, and then you're not eating better, and that's another thing. So then you have all these things that are piled up that are keeping you at a higher weight, right? So number 19, it touches my heart because I do battle with a food addiction. I have overpowering cravings. Like, for some reason, there'll be certain times of the day I'll do good all day, but then evening hits and I'm like, bam, it's like, oh, I want a cupcake. Oh, I want some chips because they're salty, and it's okay if you need help. So reach out to someone, let them help you, a specialist, not just, some random friend or cousin or whatever. Number 20, you want to eat more protein. Now, protein is the most important in weight loss. And why is that? It boosts your metabolism by 80 to 100 calories a day. All while shaving about 441 calories per day. Isn't that crazy? Because protein makes you feel full. It helps create that lean muscle mass. It helps you with not feeling that urge to snack and eat crap and things like that. So that's a huge, huge thing if you're battling in your weight loss journey. A lot of people feel like they can't get in this crazy amount of protein because I can't remember off the top of my head, but you should multiply your weight by this number, and it's like normally like 100 and some grams of protein. If you're like, oh my God, I can't eat that much protein. That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of eggs. That's a lot of, whatever. So you can always supplement with like a whey protein. If you struggle to reach your goal, a supplement is always good to have. Supplementing is okay. I don't understand the negative concept like around supplementation. Supplements are just like a good pair of running shoes when you go to the run to exercise. You don't need good running shoes, but they help. That's like a supplement. You don't need a supplement, but it helps, right? Number 22 is going to be cut sugary drinks, soda, juices. Sugar's bad already as it is. But when you have it in drinks, people can literally drink their full calories for the day, and then they're eating on top of it and wondering why they're not losing any weight. Well, you just consume 2 days worth of calories in one day just by what you drink and what you eat. So it's linked to 60% of childhood obesity. So eat whole fruits and veggies. And so for instance, I'll tell you, like my daughter, she has like a sensory disorder. She just, she's not like, she doesn't eat a lot of food. She's very extremely picky with textures and things like that. So I started giving her Pediasure because I thought it was good. Like, hey, supplement this because your kids need to make sure they're getting their nutrients. Oh my God. Well, I found out the hard way when her front teeth started decaying. I did dentistry, so I immediately caught it. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, I don't give her these juices. I'm like, I don't give her any candy. I'm like, why is her front teeth decaying? We brush them every day, like twice a day. Why? Well, come to find out, I pulled out that bottle of Pediasure. Something told me to look at it, and there was so much sugar in that Pediasure. My mind was just like, I was like, I threw them right in the garbage can, and I opted for Glucosure. So what it does is it has a lot less sugar in it, but these juicy juices and things like that are literally like 50 grams of sugar. Like, holy cow. And then you wonder why your kids are acting like they're strung out on crack half the time. So you have to read labels, learn how to understand labels, because your mind will be completely blown once you do. Now, number 23, I want you to eat whole single ingredient food, real food like corn and carrots and broccoli and cabbage and potatoes are fine if you're eating them fresh in a moderation. Moderation is key. They're healthier. They're very difficult to gain when you're consuming these healthier one ingredient foods. Number 24 is don't diet. Don't diet. Throw diet out of your vocabulary. That's why you're failing so much in these things, because it's a lifestyle. You have to change your mindset. Diets don't work. And dieters tend to gain. It's a predictor of future weight gain also. So aim to be healthier versus losing weight. Focus on nourishment. Focus on, making small changes. Like, okay, I'm going to fill my plate up with half with veggies, and then I'm going to do what other things. Make veggies and like a key part of every meal, all right? And lastly, number 25 is I want you to chew slowly. A lot of times we're just like eating and like, just going on about our business, but if your brain takes 20 minutes just for it to register that it's full, right? Most people eat their meal in like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on how fast you eat. And then your brain registers, it's like, oh God, that's why my stomach hurts so bad after I ate, because your brain takes time to catch up, right? So, when you chew slower, it creates mindful eating. And mindful eating is very important because you're going to slow down. You're going to think of what you're putting in your mouth. You're going to think of how you feel as you're eating your food versus just eating just to eat. And I try to tell some people, I'm like, someone said the other day, I don't remember who it was, and they were like, I eat breakfast, I eat lunch, I eat dinner, and then I eat 2 snacks in between, and then I have a dessert. And I'm like, there's no way that you're hungry all those times. It's impossible. Like, eat when you're hungry. Don't eat just because it's breakfast or just because it's lunch or just because it's dinner. Eat because you're hungry and stop when you're full, and you'll see your weight change. You'll see the inches change. And don't just focus on weight, because the scale is just a number. It doesn't tell you, how much muscle you have. It doesn't tell you how much lean muscle mass you have. It doesn't tell you how much water you have. You could be retaining water one day. You could be close to your cycle. Your hormones as women affects your scale. I fluctuate 3 to 5 pounds just in one day. So don't let that scale drag you down and hold you hostage. So I hope you all got some value from this. My daughter's next door in her room making noise, jumping everywhere. So I hope you all got some value from this. And if you did, feel free to click the share button and drop any comments you may have. I hope you have a great day. Bye.